and that rain is getting heavier and heavier, as you can see. Look, Spa has changed colour virtually. It's gone from black tarmac to grey as the water bounces down. And the marshals, who've got a long, long day ahead of them, because of course there's a busy support race programme even before you get to 24 hours, they are already drenched. So, lights on, the drivers are being warned. That's the rear light, of course, so that drivers can be seen in the spray. And that is how bad the weather has become in the last couple of minutes, bouncing off the ground. And at the end of the first lap, I suspect there'll be a conversation between the safety car team and the race control building as to whether it's safe to let them go and when it's safe to let them go, because right now the amount of water falling and the relentless nature of the rain means there's going to be a lot of standing water for the drivers to have to cope with as well. So the race is underway. The clock reset at 25 minutes with this safety car start, so it's a 25-minute race and it is on. You can see the clock counting down now on screen for you, but of course these laps, not proper racing laps with the safety car leading them round, but what it does mean, of course, is that the race is underway, and that is an indication of not only the strength of the wind but the amount of rain. This is horrible, horrible weather. Or Spa weather, as it's known for short, but the amount of spray, look at this, generated already. And this is not really at racing speed, is it? This is at a crawl relative to what they could do. So all those figures about full throttle and 220 kilometres an hour at certain parts of the circuit, scrap that, because they'll be lucky to get anywhere near that in these conditions. The other problem is the amount of spray hanging in the air. The visibility becomes a big issue, and not just for the drivers but marshals as well, because it becomes almost like a fog and everyone has to be able to see marshal's post to marshal's post. But this is grim in the extreme. Now, is it set in? Is it a passing shower? It's times like this where one would hate to be the race director, because whatever call you make, somebody will criticise. Do you delay the start? Do you abort the start? Do you let them go? Somebody will have an opinion as to whether it's the right or wrong thing to do. And then I can get very experienced. There is a fan who is rather regretting having his walk around the circuit first thing this morning. That's on the way back up towards the bus stop, and oh, he wishes there was a bus to help him and he could get in and get dry. Safety car then is on track. It is a safety car start, but it is so bad at the moment. Whether we go racing imminently, I rather doubt, actually. The drivers trying to carve their way through the water. Although we didn't get much racing in, let's have a look at what did happen on track. A lot of rain fell, and the fans trying to take cover. This indicates just how much water there is, and factor this in if the weather conditions turn nasty for the total 24 hours of Spa. Just think about how much standing water there's going to be. Ferdinand Habsburg pitted. The nose cone was set up, ready for the wet conditions, but when they took the old one off, the Fortec team found something untoward in the front of the car and had to try and effect a repair. And David Richard was one of the drivers having to cope with the wet conditions. Ferdinand Habsburg was put back into the car and dispatched back into the race. And so as the drivers circulated behind the safety car, we understand that there will be a podium. The race has done 50% and therefore a result can be declared. And so although it's based largely on the grid order, it is a win for Louis Delatraz, Max Stefani for second place and Kevin Jurg for third. So there will be a podium and there will be a result from an, in quotes, race. That is what we are being told. So although nobody really got much chance to do any racing,